2 weeks from today, on September 30th, Ronald McDonald House, New York, will honor Lynn Martin, the 68th president of the New York Stock Exchange, at its annual gala. She's being recognized for her steadfast dedication to supporting women's health and wellness. Another honoree at this year's event is NYSE-listed Mastercard's Chief Marketing and Communications Officer, Rajamannar. He recently joined me to discuss the evolution of the payment giant's partnership with RMH-NY. Take a listen.
Mastercard has been a proud partner of Ronald McDonald House since 2013, which happens to be coincidentally the same year that I joined Mastercard. And we try to support the house in three different ways. The first one is funding for critical initiatives. The second is funding for certain key day-to-day operations and activities, as also for areas like technology upgrades. And the third is to create and curate priceless experiences for the children and their families who are going through a very tough time. So that we really bring a cheer and we bring lifelong memories for them. So these are the three kinds of things that we do, and we have been doing since 2013.
All right, and as I mentioned, you're being honored at the 2025 RMH-NY Gala. Congratulations. And what does this recognition mean to you, both personally and professionally?
Yeah, first and foremost, I look at it as a recognition for MasterCard and for the amazing work that my team members have been doing and that MasterCard as a corporate entity has been doing with Ronald McDonald House. So I feel very deeply honored and humbled to be receiving this honor on behalf of MasterCard. So this is the first thing I will say. It's also very deeply touching because having seen how families who are impacted with this kind of serious illnesses for their children, what they go through is pretty tough. And when we get together, rally together, and give them whatever kind of support that we can, it makes a huge difference to those families. And that in itself is worth the entire effort. And our hope is that we will inspire other companies also to join on this important cause and make a difference to the families who have got actually such tough situations to be facing.
And speaking of the families, RMH-NY has expanded its reach significantly, including new family rooms and wellness initiatives. Do you believe corporate investment is essential to sustaining and scaling this kind of impact?
Absolutely. In fact, one of the fundamental tenets of great corporations is that they are not just about profits, they're about a purpose. Purpose and profits are not mutually exclusive. And when you're really, really doing social good, you will also end up doing business wise very well. So, this is what we call doing good, doing well by doing good. And that's the kind of philosophy which we have embedded within our DNA. And it's been working brilliantly. Your company becomes much more genuine, much more authentic, much more humane, and people want to come and work for your company. So you attract the best of the talent, you retain the best of the talent. So there is actually a lot of good that happens to the company when you're doing good to such causes. And therefore, from my perspective, I would say any evolved corporation should actually take it upon themselves to support these kind of initiatives authentically, wholesomely, and consistently.
And can you talk more about how these acts of altruism from a company might attract top talent?
So look at it this way. Particularly the younger generations don't want to just be in businesses ruthlessly minting money for their companies or for themselves. Actually, the younger generations, hats off to them, they are much more focused about the entire society, about the planet, about the community, about the well being of everyone, not just their company or they themselves. And when they see that there are companies like MasterCard who are truly doing social good, not to just get some advantages of some political sound bites or to sort of make very cute statements at conferences and so on, if you're authentically following through and really pursuing your purpose, they see it. And when they see it, they want to be really coming and working for those kind of companies. And I see that happening. Like, for example, even within my own area of responsibility, marketing and communications, when I talk to people at the time of interviews, why do you want to consider Mastercard? They say, look, this company does such amazing work beyond doing what they do as a business. They're doing a lot for the community. Doing a lot for the society, and that matters to them a lot. And that is something which is a living proof for us that this is going to attract and retain fantastic talent. Again, the objective is not to attract talent and therefore I do something for Ronald McDonald House, but it is actually when you do something good and stick to that, everything else will follow through.
Yeah, it's authenticity. How do you see the roles of brands like Mastercard in creating meaningful impact beyond business through partnerships like this one, Raj?
Yeah. So the way I look at it is when you pursue your purpose meaningfully, authentically, and consistently, profits will follow. Brands have got a huge amount of market power. They got a great name. They got the art of telling the stories or bringing about awareness to causes in a brilliant way. They can connect the dots very well for people to feel, firstly, for them to get an awareness of these kind of situations, and number two, to feel for it, and thirdly, to do something about it. So it's not just about storytelling, but it's about story making, meaning you motivate people. You're leveraging your organization's strengths to bring about that social awareness and that social movement, that kind of a positive impact to the society. That is something which brands can do and they should be doing.
And Raja, what advice do you have for other corporate leaders about building meaningful long-term relationships with organizations like RMH-NY?
I think first and foremost, people are buying products and services from companies that they trust, that they respect, that they trust and respect as doing something beyond just peddling their wares. They are not just slapping advertisements in your face, but they're doing something really good. Research studies have shown again and again that particularly the younger generations, they are even willing to pay a little bit more for a comparable product for a company which is doing genuine social good. That is something which is incredible. And when there is such intense, brutal competition that is happening on a day to day basis, and when technology is developing so rapidly, where everyone has access to the same set of powerful tools, it will all look like a sea of sameness. And in that sea of sameness, the companies which stand out and stand ahead and apart from the rest of the crowd are those which are winning trust of consumers. Trust is the new currency for future success. And you get the trust not by demanding trust, but doing good and earning it. And when you are selflessly trying to do good stuff in the society, that gives you an enormous bump in your trust factor from a consumer's perspective. Whether it is B2B marketing or B2C marketing, whichever is the kind of situation a company is in, it makes a profound difference.
Thank you to Mastercard's Chief Marketing and Communications Officer, Rajamannar, for that interview. To learn more about the Ronald McDonald House New York Annual Gala and to donate to the cause, you can scan the QR code on your screen. Leading up to the gala on September 30th, we'll be highlighting more stories about the work RMH-NY is doing to improve the lives of children and their families.